Hi everyone, this is Jennifer, also known as Jedidragoon on Ravelry and Instagram. Sorry it's been a while. I was busy with the garden and wasn't knitting or anything like that, and I've just recently got back into it. So,
can I join the video, Mommy?
Yes, you may join the video, Patrick. Come say hi.
Hi.
This is Patrick. Now he's going to leave. So I've been busy with that, and I haven't been knitting. I go through spells like that. So I've gotten back into it, and I've got some stuff done, and I wanted to show you. And I've kind of decided the gardening videos not everybody cares for. So my child. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Last time I showed you that I was working on my Malibu shawl. I got that finished. It's right here. And this is what it looks like. So I start off with this Professor Plum, and it's pretty much basic garter stitch knitting until you get to this section. Yes, I have blocked this, but still, which is the section of drop stitching. Then you work in the next color, which is, for me, is Wisgamont. This is all Lolo did at Simple DK. So you start striping that in, and then you go to solid Wisgamont. Yeah. And then the next color I striped in was Betty Davis Eyes. And this is a pretty simple pattern. It works up really quick also. And a few spots I forgot which side I was on, so. And it actually, I love this thing. Because you can, let's see if I can do this on video. I probably can't, but yeah. You just toss it on, it stays put. It really does not go with this red dragon sweater. But, see? It's a pretty nice, simple, easy shawl pattern, and it stays in place. It works great. I like this thing, and it's squishy. Squish, squish, squish. So, that's one shawl I got done. The next shawl I got done it's called the One Big Cake Shawl. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I'll put links in the description below. And it calls for a Karen Big Cake, which I didn't have. I had shawl in a ball. And it was worsted weight, so I used a size K hook and used it. And this is crochet, and this is how it turned out. It goes through different stripes. It goes from green to blue to this lighter blue and on down. This is just a simple triangle one. I think I'm giving it to my mom, or I'll get her to take another one, but see, just put on like that or however you wear them. I don't like doing the whole handkerchief thing. So I have stuff finished. Those are my two finished objects I have. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. Had to deal with child. So I have like a bunch of whips going on at the moment. I got like 4 of them. So I'm just going to grab a bag and see what's in it. This is in my Fates Thread Butterfly and Bee bag. And this is my Malibu shawl I'm working on for my mother. I'm only using one color of yarn with this, and you'll see why. Because I'm using a mandala cake in the color Pegasus, and I'm using size 10 needles. So, do you guys enjoy seeing me untangle stuff? So, I decided I was just going to use a mandala cake. That way I didn't have to stripe in colors. So, the mandala cake starts from white, goes to that color. I'm not sure what it is. A darker teal. Starts going in. And it's gone into purple. So, I'm liking how the mandala cake is working up in this. So, it's a very nice gradual color change. I don't have to mess with any ends, and I'll be able to weave in just one end. So I'm just using a mandala cake for that. And the pattern calls for fringe. I hate fringe. I'm not putting fringe on this. It's just one of those things that's not going to happen. I don't like it. So if you like fringe, that's fine. Me, I do not. So that's my first whip I have going on. I tried to stick to the get one project done at a time. Not happening. Definitely not happening. So that's my Malibu shawl for my mom. Next whip is another one big cake shawl. It's in my bee splat bag from Fate's Thread. I love this thing. And this is crochet hook. This is done in another shawl and a ball. This is Mystical Mirage. And it goes through a bunch of different colors. And this is how far I have so far. So I'm kind of hoping my mom likes this one. And she'll take it instead of my one that I already have done. Because the one I already have done is one of my colors. And I think my mom will like this. Because this also has, let's see if you can tell. See how it has all the sparkles in it? Yeah. It's pretty. Don't get me wrong. It's just a little bit too bright and sparkly for me. So, that's my other whip. Sorry, I thought I hadn't put a stitch marker on it, but I had. So that's the other whip I have done. And then another thing I started, I've been watching Ross on Smells Like Yarn for a while now, and I like to talk to him on Facebook and, not Facebook, on Instagram. And so he was doing this feather and fan shawl, and I figured I'd give it a try. So this is how far I've gotten. I think I've done 1 or 2 repeats. But yeah, I'm working on doing that, and I'm using the color Zen Azaleas. This one might be better because you can see some of the yellow. But yeah, so. And when I get to the acquisitions phase, you'll know why I have all these shawl and a ball on hand. And so I'm working on the feather and fan one. Does this happen to anybody else or just me? So, this does not have a project bag because it's just been laying in my work basket. And that's pretty much where it's been hanging out. So, and the last thing I'm working on, I just cast on like a week or so ago because I decided I wanted another pair of Halloween socks besides my ones that I have on at the moment. So I decided I'd cast on another pair of Halloween socks. I had a skein of yarn from Desert Vista Dye Works. Oh, okay. And the colorway, I'm going to look down and read it. I apologize. But this is the colors. And it is Desert Vista Dye Works Dia de los Muertos. So basically it's just Sugar Skull for like Day of the Dead. And I just really like the colors. So I've cast on, let me untangle. I'm sorry. It just got shoved in a bag. So I cast on 2 at a time socks, and this is how far I've gotten. I'm trying to get them done by October 31st. We will see. If not, I will still wear them all year. That's what I did with my other ones. So yeah, it's going through like white, green, bright blue, turquoise I think is what's more likely. Pink, red, all sorts of colors. So these are going to be bright, sparkly socks because I got the sparkle base for some reason. I don't know why, but I got the sparkle base. So those are going to be my Halloween socks. And I decided to do 2 at a time because I cannot get my socks the same length. And it's usually about that much difference. So I decided I'll do 2 at a time socks, even though I hate them, so that they'll both be the same length. The feet I'm fine with. It's just the other part I can't I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't do it. So, those are all the whips I have. Now for stuff I have bought, because I haven't done this since... Yes, I'm looking to see when I last did a yarn video. I apologize for this. This isn't good television. But I can't remember. Three months ago. So yeah, I've bought stuff since then. Not a whole lot because I wasn't buying yarn. But what got me started buying yarn again is, aside from Ross, I popped on the Lion Brand website, which I haven't been on in really long time, because I was looking at their patterns and stuff, and they had Shawl and a Ball on sale, buy 5 for $10. So seemed like a good deal to me. Because usually they're like $9.99. Okay, my oldest son is tasting my youngest son with a squeaky mouse toy. Welcome to my life. So anyway, they had Shawl and Ball for 5 for $10, which was $2.50 a ball plus shipping, which still wasn't bad. I think it was like $6 for shipping. So still not bad, because usually they're like $9 each, so it is a good deal. So I decided I gotta go ahead and get 5. So you've already seen 3 of them that I've gotten. The other one I got is this one. It's called Healing Teal, and it goes from this dark blue all the way up to this light blue. And then the other one I got is Restful Rainbow. And as you can see, it goes through all these different shades and that. So these will be turned into shawls also. What kind? Probably crochet ones, to tell the truth. Probably those one big cake ones, because I love those. They're quick, they're easy, and I can take them to church and work on them and not have to have my phone out or a pattern out while I'm working on them. Another reason I like doing socks. So, actually, I don't know if those were what got me back. Yeah, those got me back into it. And then a couple weeks later, because it seemed to keep happening on payday, I got an email from Blueprint that their kits were 60% off. Actually, what happened was I was cleaning up my email and saw they had a 60% off kit. So they had a sock kit 60% off. So I decided I'd go ahead and do that. Because, you know, I'm a sucker for sock yarn. Okay, those go there, that goes there. So, this first one is Blueprint Merino Superwash Twist Hand Paint in Berry Basket. It's a nice little fingering weight. It has this pink, purple, gray, and lighter color. Or, yeah. So, that's 100 grams, 467 yards. So, those will make me a nice pair of socks. And then they sent me one of each of these, which I'm not sure how you make socks out of these unless you make striped ones. And I don't do striped socks, so I'm not sure what I'll do with these. I may just make them into hats. I don't know yet. But, so I got 250 grams of these. And these are the Highland Superwash Sock Twist Hand Paints. And they're 50 grams and they're 178 yards. And this one is Aurora Borealis, which is like this dark blue, green, olive green, lighter blue, and then this purple that you can kind of see. Reminds me of a peacock. And then I got this magenta because I figured I could use it for about anything. And then they sent me 2 of these, which are still the 50 gram, the same as those 2. And these are in the color Josh's Cat. I'm not sure where they got that name, but it's very similar to that, only it has the magenta in here with the gold and the blue. And yeah, these are my colors. These are Jenny colors. Anything like in these colors or shades are what I love. Like all of these I love. So these are my colors. Everybody has their own colors. These are my colors. This is not my color, but I was trying to get out of my comfort zone. And then last weekend, I think, no, weekend before that, because I worked last weekend, was, hold on a minute, my favorite mason jar mug with a handle. So anyway, September 21st through 22nd, I believe, was the wool gathering at Young's Dairy Farm down in Yellow Springs, Ohio. And I went to that last year, really enjoyed myself, spent too much money. So I decided to do the same thing this year, which still included the spend too much money, but I saved up for it, so I'm good. And I had a fun time. I got Tufts Woolens was there, so I picked up some more sock soap in the chai spice, which if you like autumn smells, the chai spice is awesome. After I washed my socks in it, I kept going around smelling my socks because they smelled so good. And that just sounds, it's the dorkiest thing in the world, but I love that smell. It smells so good. I even got some hand lotion that comes like in like a lip balm thing that you can rub on your hands, and it smells so good. And it's like, and they're supposed to make it into my work bag so I can take them to work and put them in my smock, so I have them in my smock, but they haven't made it there yet. So but yeah, so I got some of that, and I got like the hand lotion, and I got some Christmas ornaments for my sister and my brother-in-law and that, and my mom. No, none of them watched this, so I am perfectly safe. Watch my sister surprise me and watch this, but anyway. So, I got all that stuff, and then I got me a shawl pin, because one of my shawls does not stay on my shoulders well, so I figured, well, I'll get a shawl pin, that way I can just hook it up and I don't have to worry about it. I like easy. So, I got all that, and then I got yarn. And I brought the yarn to show you. And I also got a thing of batting. A braid of batting too. So, let's start with the... I've only heard of this place really whenever I go to wool gathering. I'm pretty sure there's more people that have heard of them. I just only see them there and really hear of them there. So it's Oink Pigments. And the first color I got was this one. It is called Afternoon Delight. It's their disco base. And it is, this is this year's color for the wool gathering. They dyed it especially for that. And it is a 92% superwash merino and 8% sparkle. And it has this magenta and gold color and an off-white beige with gold in it. It's pretty. I like this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably make socks, knowing me. But yeah, I saw this and I had to have this because it's my colors and I like it. And then this I originally got for somebody, but they said keep it. They had enough yarn. So this is their Nimbus base, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's 410 yards and 100 grams. Whereas this was 405 yards and 113 grams. And this color base, it has to be a reference to something, but I don't know what. It's called Listen Humans. I'm assuming it's a Halloween color, but it goes from the stark gray, white. It goes from white, purple, dark gray, bright green. And I actually kind of like it. I I may make socks. I have no idea what I'm doing with this yet. But it's really pretty, and I really like it. And the colors aren't quite right on my screen, but I'm sure you understand this. So, that's what I got from Oink Pigments. The next booth I stopped at, well, it's not the next booth, because my first plan of attack for going to a wool gathering or any fiber festival after the first year is go walk through everything first. And I had my notebook with me, so I went and made notes of everything I wanted to go back to and look at. And then I went back and started getting stuff. And by the time I got back to the beginning or wherever, I had to decide a little bit of if I was going to spend more money or not. I chose not. A couple things got scratched off my list because it's like, do I really want this or not? No, not really. So the next place I stopped. So the next thing out of my basket is I stopped at Ba Yarns. Now this is called Slice of Summer. It's a 80-20. It's 100 grams. It's 380 yards. Now the thing about this is I got this because when you knit it up, it looks like watermelon. And I was watching the Leading Man Fiber Arts podcast once, and they were talking about socks that reminded them of watermelons, and I saw this and I just had to have it because I want watermelon socks. I don't know why, but I do. So this will be watermelon socks if I ever get, once I get around to them. And the next place I stopped was Honeybee Knits. She's a dyer out of, it says Springboro, Ohio, but I believe that's down near Cincinnati, Ohio. And I got her Halloween colorway for socks because I want another pair of Halloween socks. And I'll probably do this next year because I probably won't do it this year. And it is called Tricks and Treat. And it goes from this bright pink with some purple speckled in, black, neon green, orange, and it's just really neat colorway. I can't wait to knit this up and see what it looks like in socks. But I'm going to have to because I have a lot of knitting I'm getting done. And then the place I got my most money. I decided on one project I was going to shop for. I was going to shop for a sweater, but that didn't seem as reasonable to me. So I went with the next best thing. I decided I'd shop for the Sweet Shop shawl by Jody Brown. Basically, you need one main color and 6 minis, which I really didn't have in my stash. Actually, I think I do, but I wanted to get my own yarn. So I stopped at Black Cat Fibers because I heard they're going to be there. And I wanted to check them out because I really didn't know who Black Cat Fibers was, apparently, but all the colors they had were my colors, and that was bad sign right there. But so this is my bag from Black Cat Fibers. So I'll show you stuff for the sweet stuff. Sweet Shop shawl. So the main color I got was their After the Parade. This is their Nomad sock. It's 75-25. It's 463 yards and 100 grams. And it has these dark magenta speckles, blue, green, and it's just really pretty. And what they told me, because I went and picked this out and then paid for it, I didn't have any help, was that the speckles on this match up with this colorway, which is Chrysalina. Here, I'll show you so you can see. That's what the name is. Anyway, so it's this really pretty, really deep turquoise, green, dark blue, all the way to this color. So, and I somehow managed to get 2 of these. So what I'm probably going to do is take one and put it at the start of the shawl, do it as the first row and do the last one as the last row. The next one I picked out was Enjoy the Silence, which is really pretty, light gray, dark purple, and all that. And that's my daughter Catherine. She's a tiger right now.
My face got painted.
Yep, her face got painted. We were at a festival today. Okay, girlie, you can go now. Catherine, thank you.
Hi.
So, I thought this was a nice color. It went with everything else. And then the next one I got is Monet. It's like black and dark purple and a little bit of blue in there also. So that was really pretty. And then I got Electric Avenue, which as you can tell is my colors again, dark blue. There's a little bit of red in this, which I really am interested to see how this knits up. It also has green and some, it's just a lot of different colors that are really neat. Here, I'll hold up the others like that because that looked like it worked out really well. So, hold this one up. Okay, that might be a little too close. There we go. And then the last one, I don't really get the reference. If anybody can tell me what this reference is to, it'd be much appreciated. It's called Cabbages and Kings. And it's just this real pretty peacock colors again. It's what I call it. Purple, browns, or golden brown. It's just really pretty. So all these are going to go together and become Jody Brown's Sweet Shops shawl. And I think it's going to look really good. So I hope it turns out really good. And then I saw a colorway. If you know me, I'm a bit of a geek nerd. I love Harry Potter. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Marvel and DC movies, comic books, science fiction, fantasy. Patrick, stop. So I was there. I was looking at stuff. I saw one skein of yarn they had called The Floor is Lava, which made me think of my kids because they were playing Roblox or some game that the game is The Floor is Lava. And the yarn looked like lava. Well, I was looking and I found this. It's this light gray, black, red, fiery red. And this is called Eye of Sauron. It's Lord of the Rings. I love this. I'm seriously tempted to take this and make Stephen West Pagona shawl. And I definitely would be wearing it. This is just so pretty. I know it doesn't look like my colors, but I just love this for some reason. So, that's all the yarn I got. And then the last thing I have is I picked me up a new drop spindle. I didn't really need a new drop spindle, but I wanted another one just like the one I had before because it works really well for me. And I got in blue and black. It's by Turtle Made. I love them. Apparently they have a lifetime guarantee on the spindles, so if any part breaks, you can tell them and they'll replace it. I haven't had that happen, so I got me a new drop spindle. And then this is the braid of batting that I got from Honeybee Knits. It's the Tricks is Treats. And I've already started spinning this, so it's undone a bit, and I've used up some of the bright green. But I really enjoy working with this. It's spinning good. As you can see, I've broken off a little bit. And like you can see, I've already spun some up. But she had a sample already spun up, and I really liked it. So I went ahead and got some and decided I'd start spinning it. So that is all the stuff I have been doing, working on. Well, not all the stuff I've been working on. If you want to know the truth, I've also started working on writing stories and novels again, but I'm not talking about that till I get more done. And I'm not sure how videos are going to go in November. You may have to wait till December for my videos to start up again, because during November I do National Novel Writing Month, which is where you try to write a 50,000 word novel in a month. And I have to write 166, I think it's 9 words a day. So I'll be busy with that in come November. So I do it every year. I don't always succeed every year, but I try to do it every year. So that's all that's been going on with me. I hope you saw a lot of stuff you really liked. Please like and subscribe. The only reason I do this is so I can show off what all I bought and did without people looking at me like I'm completely nuts. I have had that a couple times. And also I have nobody else really to talk to except one gal at work, and yeah, she thinks I spend too much money. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you later. Bye.